What's up, guys? So, let's touch base quickly about what we're looking at for this week. Now, guys, I'm going to share a more detailed video with you guys in terms of um, like how to go about utilizing our YouTube videos properly, number one, and then how you can utilize, like you guys will notice, I don't do every week market outlooks. The reason for that is because I'm sharing long-term time frame trades with you guys. So you can catch multiple re-entries. You can run the whole one down if you want. It's totally up to you how you want to do it. But I will share a video that will actually clarify things like that for you guys sometime during the course of this week and next week. Right? Without further ado, let's get into the charts. What I'm not going to do today is I'm not going to do NASDAQ and the USD. For those of you who want to, you know, I want to do it, you're welcome to comment in the section below and let me know if you do want me to cover a video for that, because these are in very intricate areas that require a little bit of time to be spent, right? So the first thing we're going to look at, we're going to have a look at the dollar. Exactly what we suspected to the T, right? We predicted a push up from the dollar. That's exactly what took place here on the daily. What did that mean for our trades, right? So as it stands with the dollar, like I said in my previous video, this becomes my first zone of interest here. And then I'll take the overall supply into consideration up here. Right? I shared this, guys. I shared it with everybody. Then I'll take this level into consideration once we clear out. Right? Once we clear this out. The dollar's on its way up. Exactly like I suspected. This could be a bottom and we can shoot up. Right? We can't say how far up this is going to go before it does pull back. I do suspect a pullback on the dollar. Don't get me wrong. I do expect one. Right? So the dollar, I'm reckoning, could come up to this imbalance zone and then maybe even give us a nice pullback down, complete the change of character, maybe ping off an order block below and then fly up again. That's totally dependent on what happens here. That's long term though, guys. So just sit tight. The dollar for me right now as it stands is still bullish. Okay? Then what's the dollar? What we want to look at? We want to look at GBP USD. Now, I shared this setup with you guys before coming off of this zone. We basically still running the same cell as you can see, like I did before. Still running the same cell. What we did get though is a re-entry. That's beautiful because we would have gotten a re-entry somewhere here, right? We got an entry upside. Here was the entry here, came up again, made finalizing this as your supply zone, basically, right? Came up into the supply, we got to get in, we're on our way down. So those of you who are looking for re-entries, right? If you followed my previous setups, you should still be in the trade. If you're a person that's willing to swing trade as long as I am, then you should still be in the trade. However, we want to accommodate for the little people who are late. So let's have a quick look here at if we can find a re-entry zone. H1 isn't going to work. Right, so I'll go to the 2 hour and I'm going to go look here. So what I'm seeing is a little bit of an area here. Right? Let me just hide this one out the way. Here I see a zone here. Here could be a potential short entry from here. The risk reward on this isn't actually bad, actually, come to think of it. Let's assume the dollar goes bullish, right? Remember, guys, we are in a very crucial zone here on the dollar. Pay attention to this area here, right? But let's say for argument's sake that it's not going to go there, and we want to take our higher levels into consideration for GBP USD. Okay. Yes. Okay. So the first level one take into consideration is here. The second one, actually, yeah, that one's more than enough. Right. So what would our cell setup look like? Something like this. Right. With a break even at this level here. Right. Guys, just pause the video and take note of my numbers. Right. I made it nice and yellow so you guys can see it. Right? So this would be a re-entry setup. Something I would consider doing if the market pushes past here. So I will watch it now for a while. I want the market to push past this zone potentially. Maybe create a fresh supply here and then fall. Right? But for now, that's the setup. So whether the market blasts right through, comes down and triggers me in, it doesn't matter how it goes about it. The fact of the matter is, once we confirm we're going to stick this, I want to be in on the trade. Right? Then I just wanted to have a look at what was the other one? AUDUSD. So now here things are a little bit different too. well, the TP was hit on this one firstly from our previous trade. I want to have a quick look at what's going on here on AUDUSD. Now, do you see AUDUSD is stopping at the same place here? So this is like that support shit that people that we kind of need to pay attention to. But I am still bearish on this thing. In terms of a re-entry though, I'm going to need to scale into the 1 hour to go look at what's taking place above here. I would want to see something either from this level here, where I have this line where it says BE. Yeah, I'll just move this thing quickly. Yeah, I want to remove this quickly. I want to put another line here. Right? I want to see what happens there. I also want to see what happens here because there's also a potential for a re-entry here, a short here. Right? There's a potential for a short here, and I'm on that buzz where I want to come from this angle, right? To try and catch the sell-off downside. Yeah. Right? That would be what I'm looking for on AUDUSD. Now, the one thing I need you guys to pay attention to. You see how I'm only going to wait for it to come up in here. I'm not going to re-enter this trade unless we come up. Right? Understand that. If I miss it, so be it, because remember, it could very easily just have fold that imbalance and now fall. Very easily have done that. So that's also something to take into consideration. This is what it would look like, right? Like if you want to catch re-entries, right? This would be the two I would run. Right? That's AUDUSD. For me personally, I would like to take it from here. If we come in here, I'm not going to take it, but it's definitely worth your time due to the risk to reward. Right? Then I just wanted to go over one more thing, which was CADJPY, and then I'm going to go over the news, and that concludes our video for the day. So CADJPY, in my previous video, we were sharing short-term scalps, right? I'm looking at the longer term here. What I'm seeing on CAD is that there's a lot of potential for bullish momentum, especially with the imbalance sitting over here, right? You can see where my TP is there, right? So I took the trade, the buy trade. Was it Friday? I think it was Friday. So it was somewhere inside here that I took it, right? So I'm just waiting for it to perform this. There's a good possibility that I'll get stopped out because I'm gonna roll the minute we clear this supply here. This area here, it's about here. If I look to the left, oops, it's about here. If I look to the left, the moment we clear this area, you're in the green, right? So you could take a straight buy from here, see fill that imbalance and shoot that buy upside. The one thing I want you guys to pay attention to, once we get in here, move your stop to break even. The reason I'm telling you guys to do this is that the market could very well do this. Let me just show you this quickly. And I've seen it happen on CADJPY quite frequently. So now it goes, it seems to be on a bullish rally, comes into the supply zone, respects it, and comes down again. So when we get into this zone, right? When we get into this zone over here, let me just make sure we can scale it in a little bit. When we get into this zone over here, move your stop to break even and close 50% of your position, right? That's all you need to do. So you guys will notice, like I said, I'm not going to look at this. I don't want to look at it for now. It's still panning out. NAS sold. If you guys want proof, it's according to my thing. What did I say? I have current bearish bias on NAS. There's your sell. There's your sell, guys. Right? There's your sell that I shared with you guys that I wanted to take. That I wanted to take. So I'm in on this trade. My take profit is sitting down here. And my stop loss is already, my entry was here, my stop loss is over here right now. So what does that look like? Just, I know some of you are visual thinkers, right? That was my entry. This here was my entry. This here was my stop loss. And this is running now. Right? That's what the trade looked like originally. Right? Currently I'm sitting like this. Remember, this is all profits now. Anything from here down is profits. I'm already sitting here. Right? So I'm not going to share more trades. It's too risky where we are now to share short-term setup with you guys, right? So the last thing I wanted to look at is the news, and I want to keep the video as short as possible so that everyone can kind of, have their way about it, right? So let's go to the news for this week. So for this week, we have core durable goods orders. It won't do too much to the US. It would so we'll look at them and have a look. It shouldn't push too much. We'll check though. We'll check current account for Q4. This is quite big for Canada. Like it's gonna push it like little bits at a time. So just keep eyes on the market there, right? Then we go through the week here. Okay, so we have GDP for Canada. This is gonna be really nice for the Canadian market to kind of push our trade into the direction that we want it to be. No. CB consumer price confidence. This is soft data, so I'm not paying too close attention to it. It will cause a spike, don't get me wrong, but it's not enough for me to justify wanting to trade, to be like, oh, I need to stay out of the market, for example. Yeah. Then we have GDP, manufacturing PMI, and Gov Bailey. So this two are going to cause a fluctuation in the pound. Too. When Bailey speaks, it's not, I wouldn't say it's the equivalent of Powell, but it's similar, right? Then we have nice ones, crude oil inventories. Pay attention to this if you trade Canadian dollar as well, because Canada is an oil country, so is America. This is something you want to be paying attention to in terms of what your directional biases should be, right? Thursday, we have core CPIs for and unemployment rates for Europe. This will be nice to trade AUDUSD. So maybe what I'll do is in the week, I'll share a couple of free setups for the Euro in the free Telegram channel. So make sure that you guys join if you don't want to miss the setups. These are very fast-paced stuff. I know some of you like that. By all means, just join the Telegram channel. You're gonna get a lot more knowledge that way. Yeah, I only share setups that I am about to take in that group, just so you guys know. So the interaction isn't spamish and salesy like most of these guys do. Then there was one more thing I wanted to pay close attention to here. Okay, we have composite PMIs also on Friday. We have ISM non-manufacturing PMIs for the US as well on Friday. This will push the market, but it won't drive too much stuff like in terms of what I trade, right? Currencies I'll be very wary of, but indices not so much. And by the time 5 o'clock rolls in, I'd be out because it's Friday. I'd be out of the market by the time this news release comes in, right? And that's that, guys. That's your entire market outlook in a nutshell. As you can see, I'm mostly looking at currency pairs this week. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Don't forget to comment in the section below. Our whole purpose is to give you what you want, you the viewer. Let us know what you want so that we can add more of that. A couple of more good videos coming up soon in this week. Inclusive of that, like I said earlier, is the video on how to use our market outlook, how to best utilize it. Yeah. So yeah, without further ado, let's get moving more than average.